Hey, everybody.
Good morning, Adam and Sarah here, the Green Executive. Hope you're doing well. Today I want to talk a little bit about just a few things on what really makes you a responsible business owner.
So what do you mean by that?
Well, you may be good at cutting grass, and that's great. You may be good at building patios, and that's great. But I don't want this to kind of sound morbid, but like, what if something happens to you? So where I'm going with that is like, if someone were to have to take over your business or finish your business off for the season for you because something happened to you, are your books a complete mess? Would they be able to know what's going on?
What to do at what customer's property?
Yeah, or would they know what bills to pay, or where to pay the bills, or where your bank accounts are, all that. And we can dive into that a whole bunch. But other things I was thinking about this morning too was like, do you have a will, or do you have an estate planned, or something like that, to where you know where your assets, if you have any, where they're going. There's so much more to running a business than just being able to actually do the work. And so, Sarah, do you want to maybe just dig in just a little bit on the books? I know we said we're not going to dig into a whole bunch, but like, what would be,
I don't think it's
some
so
organization strategies?
You say you don't want to be morbid in that. And I think it's just that situation emphasizes getting a process in place.
There you go. Yes.
Right? So it's not so much like, what if you don't come to work tomorrow? It's, you need a process. And an example of why you need a process is, what if you can't come to work tomorrow? So the process is what's important. The process of, hey, this is who we work for. This is what we do for those people. And this is how we get paid and pay those who we need to pay. Right. So it's really getting a system in place. And you have one, whether you realize it or not. You have a process right now. It's how you do things. So it may not be a formal process. You might not sit down and say, you do this, and then you do this, and then you do this. But you have one. Your routine, that's your process. And your routine, your process could likely need enhanced for everybody. You get kind of set in your way and you get used to how you're doing it. It's your routine, right? So you get used to that. And then every now and then, let's do a checkpoint. Stop and say, does it make sense to do it this way? Could somebody else come in and figure out what I'm doing? So enhance that process that you already have. Keep moving it forward so that someone else could come in and say, I'm going to run with this because you need extra help, or you can't do it yourself, or for whatever reason, maybe you're selling your business. Maybe you're transitioning it onto another family member. Either way, enhance that process.
Back to the having a will or having a trust set up if something were to happen to you. You oftentimes tell me, Adam, if something were to happen to me, I have my password book hidden underneath the tree in the backyard. You know what I mean? So that's a little mini process though of how you stay organized and how you know where you have to go to log in to all these accounts and this and that, pay bills and stuff like that. So, you have your process in place to where now I know, okay, how to kind of start to sort through taking care of business if something were to happen to you. So it's like you said, it's a process, have something down in place. And I think the biggest thing is to don't just bottle that up in your head. Put that process down somewhere.
Can I add one more point
sure.
to that? In that, if you're a smaller company and you have maybe a key person in the office, make sure that key person in the office is treating those passwords and that information as the company's information. Because if you were to lose that key person for whatever reason, the relationship sours, they move on, you don't want to be caught in a situation where everything's under that key person's control,
right,
and you don't have it. So make sure the business has the business's access information.
The business owns it technically, right? The business owns it.
So you could get yourself in a tight spot if for whatever reason things didn't work out. So
really all today is about is kind of like be prepared, have a process in place, and just like don't all keep it bottled up inside your head. Share it with someone that you really, really, really trust, like a family member, and have a plan in place.
Same for the people on your team. Make sure the